What's going on, everyone? Hello, and welcome back, I should say. Welcome to the PreStream podcast. Excuse me. And welcome to a brand new streaming week here on DSPGaming. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I hope that you all had a good day yesterday when I wasn't here. Today is Wednesday, the 27th of April, 2022. We are ending off April, which was a great month. You know, really good variety of stuff over the course of the month, although, admittedly, little to no new releases outside of Lego Star Wars. We pretty much were doing ongoing projects and or returning to things that had been kind of in limbo in the past, right? Apologies, I am still gunked up because of my allergies. Opened the window here in the office to cool things down a bit, and immediately the pollen hits me in Niagara Falls behind the scenes here. It really pisses me off. Anyway, we're coming off of a really great week last week, to say the least, man. I hope you all had a great Tuesday. I had a pretty good Tuesday, which we'll talk about today. Not that there's any giant news or anything like that to really talk about. In regards to my day off, that is. Man, last week was great. Last week, we had great progress in all the games I was playing. We had the premiere of DSP Reacts, a new series that you guys have asked for years and years and years, and I finally decided to do it. And some of the very positive responses to that, which I'm very pleased about. And as if like the week didn't go well enough, at the last minute, all right, the very last minute of me streaming on Monday night, Gaming was finally granted super thanks after many months of trying to get it. All right, it was pretty awesome. I'll talk about that on the pre-stream today as well, because I got updates. I already learned a lot about super thanks and how they work. Because of my day off, some people actually used them, and I got to see how that stuff shows up on the videos. I got to see where I can see that data. As usual, no surprise with something new on YouTube. It doesn't work great. It just doesn't. I'm sure it'll get better over time, but I'd like to talk a little bit about that so you guys know what's going on with that, and it's a new option you have if you'd like to support the channel and its content, okay? So, a lot to talk about today. A little bit of news. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of news today in regards to some gaming stuff I'd like to talk about. And obviously, we got a schedule to talk about, because another really great positive thing that happened on Monday, my last streaming day of last week, was basically that we hit the members goal for April, which is why you can see right here, there's members total. Not members goal anymore. We did it. We've exceeded it. We went over and above, okay? So that means we've locked into the next DSP Reacts event, which will be me reacting to my own Down the Rabbit Hole video. And we'll talk a little bit about scheduling that, because the truth of the matter is that because this is something special, because it's something that I didn't used to do all the time, it's a rarity that I do something like this, that's why it feels so special and people are getting very hyped for it. If I start doing it all the time, it will not be special. It'll end up just being something commonplace, and therefore it won't be as special, you see? So what I would like to do is try to figure out when's the best time to do it, what makes the most sense, okay? You know, balancing it in with everything else that I do. So we'll talk a little bit about that on the pre-stream today as well, okay? Wiley Coyote, I wish. He says, I wish a neti pot would help me with my issue. It would not. I've had one. It wasn't a neti pot. It was actually a variation of a neti pot. It was a tube you put up your nose that would blast saline water through it. It does nothing, because all it does is it goes up one nostril and out the other. It doesn't actually clear out the problem, which is your throat. All of this is coming from the back end. It's not coming from right here. If it was coming from right here, I could easily just go blow and it would be done. But I've had those before. They don't do anything. Anyway, okay, so let us talk about all of these things. What order should we even tackle these? Right? We have a lot of things to talk about. All right, how about we just quickly, let's talk about my day off, because there's not much to talk about during my day off this week. It was kind of a standard day off. This time around, my wife and I did go out for the day. We actually had an appointment we had in the afternoon. So we went out grocery shopping, and then we went and got some supplies for Jasper, got him some new treats. a good variety of stuff like these little bisque things, little liquid treats. That's his favorite treats is liquid. We get him the chunky food treats, but he won't eat the food. He'll just lick the food, lick all the broth or whatever it is on the food, and he leaves the chunks. And so we like getting him liquid treats because he'll usually always drink if it's a broth or a stew or a bisque. He usually will eat it, especially if it's fish. He loves fish. Sometimes if we give him the meat ones like beef or chicken, he's a little finicky about those. But as long as we get him something fish related, he's usually down for that. Of course, those are also the ones that sadly stink. like really stinky. You put it in your. We have a little bowls that we have for him that we put his treats in, and you go, oh, super duper fish smell. But he loves them. He had one this morning. Actually, it was a bisque style. Yeah, and so we were out and about. We did a few things. We didn't do anything major, at all. It was more of just do necessary things we had to do. You know, we hit up the appointment. We did a few other things, odds and ends that we were out of, and the like. And then we had a dinner that was from a Asian fusion restaurant. And what that means is this restaurant specialized in many different things. They had teriyaki of different kinds, you know, chicken, spicy chicken, beef, short rib, etc. They also did some variations of sushi, but sushi is not their specialty. So we were like, we probably don't want to order a ton of sushi if it's not their specialty. It's kind of like a side thing that they do. They did a couple soups, and oddly enough, some Americanized Chinese food dishes too. And we were like, they do all this Japanese food, but then they also do Chinese food. That's a little weird too, right? Again, Asian fusion. I guess they figured they could do all this, everything. I guess you could say jack of all trades, master of none. Because when you have a restaurant like that, usually they're not too great at anything, but it's a good place to get a variety of stuff if you're looking for that. So anyway, I ordered what they considered their bento box. And it came with ridiculous amounts of food. I wasn't expecting it to have this much. It was out of control. A giant stack of spicy chicken teriyaki. It was both tangy, but also had a spice to it. And the chicken, unlike a lot of other places where I've had chicken teriyaki before, it had a nice char flavor to it. You could tell that they actually grilled it. It wasn't just a stupid bullshit painted on shit. It was actually really charred because it had that flavoring to it. I really enjoyed that. And the spiciness was good. It was a building spice. So it didn't burn your mouth out. It had 2 shrimp tempura, which are the Japanese style fried shrimp. I love tempura batter as opposed to Americanized fried batter. I think I like tempura batter way better. It's way crispier. Has this unique taste to it. 2 gyozo, which are those pork dumplings. But the thing is, gyozo are pretty much, well, I've seen gyozo both. It's so odd because I've had them both in Chinese and Japanese cuisine. So I actually don't even know what they are. And then it also came with, now of course this is not very authentic, a few California rolls. So what a California roll is, you can say it's sushi, it really isn't. It's imitation crab with avocado wrapped in a eel skin. Or is it seaweed skin? It's either seal or eel skin, and then it has rice on the outside. So it looks like a sushi, but it's really technically not. There's no actual fish in it, but it's the most cheap one you can get because there's no real fish in it. It's imitation, you see. So it came with all, and a pile of rice, a giant pile of rice. Oh, wait, there's more. It also came with a little side salad. Not that it's special. It was just like a bunch of lettuce, shredded cabbage, and shredded carrot. And it also, and I didn't even know this, it came with a miso soup. Now, I like miso soup, but it's like, dude, I got this giant bento box of food. How in the hell am I supposed to eat all of this? Like, this is ridiculous. So I actually gave some of it to Kat. I gave her a shrimp. I gave her a gyoza. I was giving her some of the California rolls. I was like, there's no way I'm eating all this. And it was quite good. It was a very good dinner. Once a week, my wife and I get to eat out. Every other day, we're cooking at home. But once a week, we eat out. And it was a nice meal. She very much enjoyed it. She got a combo platter. Way less than me. It was the spicy chicken teriyaki and some chicken katsu, where they give you that katsu sauce. You ever had katsu sauce? It's unique because it looks like barbecue sauce, but it doesn't really taste like barbecue sauce. It's like they mix barbecue sauce with that Worcestershire sauce. So it has like this unique flavor, and it's really good with chicken katsu. So she had a lot of, she enjoyed her meal a lot, and then of course I was giving her little pieces of mine, and she really liked the food. Overall, it was a really good day. At night we relaxed. We actually didn't watch anyone play Elden Ring. Instead, we watched MasterChef, a show that I used to watch like over a decade ago. I used to watch MasterChef. It was like really long time ago. I saw some of the earlier seasons, but we actually started watching it together, and we watched season 1, which I don't remember if I ever saw season 1 or not. So we started watching that together, and it was like, wow, this is good. We like, the thing is, you know, we like food, we like cooking, so watching a show like that makes sense. It's a good show for both of us. We both enjoy it, so it was pretty good. So that was our day off. Nothing super special. No ants, thankfully. Although, admittedly, since we weren't home for most of the day, I did not spray the backyard with ant spray. So now I'm nervous. I'm nervous we're going to open the back door and the ants are going to come marching in again. So I got to spray. So before we open the door, hopefully I'll spray out back later today, and get that taken care of. Excuse me. So, yes, there you go. That's really the story of our day off. Nothing super special or anything like that. Let's now talk about the scheduling for this week, and then we'll talk about super thanks, and then we'll do some news. How does that sound? A good order for everybody? No, I'm not going to do a new segment called Phil's Off Day Dump. That's absolutely disgusting, D-Man Games. How dare you even suggest such a thing? Don't you remember we're at ultra low latency streaming, and I can see that within 5 seconds of you saying it? It's very disturbing. How could you say that? Toto Wolf says, USA MasterChef is so fake, it's annoying. It's not fake, it's staged. And what I mean by that is, like, they really cook, and the dishes really do get, you know, rated, but a lot of the shit that happens is staged. But it's always been like that. All reality TV is like that. I don't know why people think that reality TV is real. It's not. It's literally a staged show for drama purposes, but the competition aspect is real. I know that because I remember Future, there's like, they always have something stupid going on, like, oh, so someone's wedding is going on, and the chefs are going to cook for the wedding, and like, wait, what? It's your fucking wedding. You're gonna have one wedding, right? Hopefully in your lifetime. It's one of the most meaningful events you'll ever have. You spend a lot of money. Your relatives are all there. Let's take a chance on a bunch of amateur chefs cooking the food for the wedding and fucking it all up. That sounds like a good idea, right? No, it's not real. It's all actors. It's bullshit. I love it. Oh, we had 7 platoons of the local military unit come out to eat our food. Yes, because they don't have to actually, like, do their jobs. They get time off to go to the beach to eat fucking food. What are you, stupid? No, it's all bullshit. It always is. But no, the actual competition part, the rating of the dishes is real, and that's the funniest part of the show for me. Like, for me, they could cut out all the stupid drama and just let the people cook, and I would still watch it. You know. Okay. Anyway, so let's get back to the subject. Let's talk about the schedule for the week. Okay. All right, so today is Wednesday, starting off another 6-day streaming week, okay? Pretty cool. Today's chill day, and what I mean by that is nothing super stressful or crazy today. We start off today with Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, continuing on. We're actually at the tail end of the Revenge of the Sith movie, which is the final movie in the prequel trilogy of Star Wars movies. So we've probably got, probably like 1 or 2 stages left to do. I think there's only 1 story stage, but there's probably a little open world before that. So we'll wrap that up, okay? And then after that, we head into the modern movie trilogy, which is the final trilogy of the game, which is probably one of the most interesting to me, because I've only seen the movies. I've seen the first movie like 2 or 3 times, which is The Force Awakens. I've only seen The Last Jedi once, and I've never seen The Rise of Skywalker, which is the final movie in the trilogy. So I actually don't even know how it ends. I'm going to find out with this game, as crazy as that sounds, okay? So that should be fun, and it's chill. It's relaxing. When I play Lego, ample opportunity for us to chat and have some fun conversation. please toss questions my way. Tag me in the chat. Let's have some fun with it. That's really cool when I play these chill games, okay? Now, later tonight, the late stream is the continuation of late night members Game Pass streams. And what I mean by that is members, channel members, all 408 of you in climbing, are currently voting on what game I'm going to play on the late night stream. The last 2 days that we did this, it was I Am Fish that won the poll. And so we actually made a lot of progress. Excuse me. Goddamn allergies. We made a lot of progress in I Am Fish. We actually beat all of the pufferfish stages and stage 2 of both the piranha and the flying fish. All that's really left is stage 3 of the piranha flying fish, and if I ever get to it, unlocking the secret finale stage, but it seems really difficult to unlock, so I don't know if I'm going to get to that or not. Okay? But anyway, people are voting right now. All right? And what we can do is live right now check in on it and see what the results of said votes are. So let's do that. If you're wondering, if you haven't voted yet and you're a member, it's on the community tab of DSPGaming on the channel page, okay? So, the poll results are currently as follows, with 140 people who voted, and you're like, wait, what? Yeah, we have 408 members, and only 140 of them have voted. So allow this to be a call to action if you're a channel member and you're not voting. You are missing out on exercising your right and your control as a member to help shape the content here on the channel, okay? Please vote. All right. So let's do it. Serious Sam 4, 9%. Wah, wah, wah. I Am Fish, 24%. YouTubers Life 2, 36%. One Piece Pirate Warriors 4, 11%. And Quake, 21%. So do the math. YouTubers Life 2 is winning by about 10% of the vote. However, as I just stated, 10% of the vote is like 15 people. If 15 people go and vote, you could flip the whole poll on its head, and this poll will be running from now until the night stream, which is at 6:45 p.m. Pacific time. So please vote if you have not. It's very important that you do. YouTubers Life 2, I'm down for playing. Although, admittedly, we haven't played it in so effing long, I have no recollection what we were doing, nor really how to play it. So it'll be interesting to jump back in. And, of course, that game, yes, a lot of chill content from that. It's not about, oh, my God, having to actively pay attention every moment. We could have a lot of fun, chill interaction with that stream as well later tonight, if indeed that is what ends up winning the poll. Okay? So that's cool. All right? That's absolutely awesome. Now let's continue on. Tomorrow, a little bit of a different kind of day. Why? Because tomorrow it is Endgame of Elden Ring. If you missed the last stream, you missed out on a lot. We started up with the Hallig Tree, which is what everyone was screaming for. Hallig Tree, Hallig Tree. Even though I could have done things in a different order, so many people were screaming for the Hallig Tree. I said, all right, fine, we'll just do it. So we started it. Excuse me. So, first half of the Hallig Tree was very challenging, but it was actually entertaining and fun. Had a good time with it. We're now in the second half, and I got pretty far, and then I died, which pisses me off, but at the same time, it's meant to be the final insane challenge of the game. I'm not really going to get that upset if the game's killing me at this point. I mean, it probably should be. I lost like 140-something thousand souls, which is like one level for me. Like, not a big deal. I don't really care. So, continuing on with that tomorrow. Will we get to the end of Hallig Tree and fight the boss Millennia that everyone wants to see me fight? I have no idea. How do I know Millennia is the boss? Because you all fucking told me for like a straight month. And people spoiled the shit out of this game. Seriously. They really did. Definitely one of the hardest parts of being a content creator is when you're playing a lengthy game like Elden Ring. I'm already over 110 hours into it. There's no way you're not going to get spoiled. Everyone's going to talk about the game by the time that you get to the end of it. You know? So, we'll see what happens tomorrow, all right? Tomorrow night, we swing back to Skyrim After Hours, and we finish the Companion's quest line, and we got ourselves wrapped up in a bunch of side quests. Luckily, the ones that we got wrapped ourselves up into are Daedric quests, which I like. I like the Daedric quests. They're some of the more interesting quests of the game. So we're doing one of those, then we'll do another one, because there's another one that I already know that we have to do. And then after that, we're going to start a DLC. Which DLC? I don't know. We'll talk about it and we'll figure it out together. Okay? Then on Friday, we're doing something different. Because this week is the release of a special expansion DLC for, of all games, Bug Snacks. That's right, the quirky, looks like a kid's game, kind of like Pokemon, but actually it's not, because I'm behind the surface of it. It's actually for adults with serious themes about mental illness and emotions, and then it has horror at the end of it. That Bug Snacks, we're coming back to it because it actually has a free DLC this week. It comes out tomorrow, but they still, here we are the day before, they still haven't said publicly when the DLC is coming out. And if this were a new release, like a new game coming out, usually digital releases come out around midnight. But DLCs like this, like, oh, it's just an expansion, they don't always come out right away. Sometimes they can come out in the middle of the day. So instead of sitting here and over-promising and under-delivering and being basically negatively affected by something I can't control, I can't make them release the DLC at a certain time of day, I said, let's wait till Friday. It's not a huge deal to put it off a day. We'll do it on Friday when we know it'll be out, and then we can experience it and have fun with it together. So Friday, the return of Bug Snacks after a year and a half, we will play the DLC. From all reports, the DLC is only about 3 hours long. It's called, I think it's the Island of something. I forget what it's called. Isle of Snacks or something like that. It's supposed to deal with all new, gigantic bug snacks. Like, they're all supposed to be giant creatures that you're trying to, figure out. Catch. Of course, you got to remember something. I haven't played Bug Snacks since it was new, a year and a half ago. I'm not going to remember how to play it. We're going to have to mess around with it and dick around. The good news is Bug Snacks is a chill game, so we can relax and have a good time with it. Not have to worry too much about being serious. If we need extra stream, like maybe we can't beat it in one stream, I'm okay with doing it like twice. Who cares, right? It's not a big deal. But the bottom line is, we will actually have nice, chill Bug Snacks this Friday. So if you liked the first playthrough years ago, come back Friday and we'll have a good time together. Friday night, it is Friday Night Fights with old school Street Fighter fun. I'm undecided if we'll play it on Xbox or PlayStation this week. Last 2 weeks on Xbox worked well, so maybe we'll just stick with what's working rather than worry about going back to PlayStation and being trolled and having the thing crash constantly again. It's definitely a stress reliever to not have the game crash constantly, that's for sure. And it is the final countdown. We're now less than 2 months to the release of the new Capcom Fighting Collection in June. So this is the last few sessions that we'll be doing of the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection, okay? All right, and then over the weekend, what we're going to do is we're going to balance Lego Star Wars and Elden Ring. We're going to basically be getting near the end of both games, okay? The night streams will be the continuation of Skyrim, plus if we need more Bug Snacks, plus with the next Game Pass night, where again, yes, probably members will be voting on that, okay? Now, what's coming next out of all this stuff that I'm talking about? First of all, once I beat either Elden Ring or Lego, whichever comes first, the next game to be played is WWE 2K22. You guys have been asking for it since March, and I have now agreed, yes, I will play it. I want to play it. We're going to do Showcase mode. We're going to do My Career mode. We're going to mess around with the game like I usually do when I play it. It should be a good time, okay? Then, I'm not sure what the next, downtime game will be. We have tossed around many different ideas about what kind of stuff I could do. However, in May, there are some actual new release games to be tossed into the schedule. For example, on May 5th, Trek to Yomi is a new release that's coming out that I'm interested in, okay? And then, second week of May, Evil Dead the game comes out. I'm interested in that. So there is some stuff coming out in May. It's not necessarily high-profile stuff, okay? Because it's not. It's just not high-profile stuff at all. But I am definitely interested in this stuff. Okay, so I hope that you guys will join me for not only WWE, but whatever else comes our way. And then if we have filler time to fill up, we can easily talk. There's so many options. We can go back to Dying Light 2 that's been on hold for like over 2 months, almost 3. We go to Game Pass. I've actually heard a lot of interesting new games have been added to Game Pass. In fact, one of the things I definitely want to put on the agenda is doing another Game Pass exploration night, where for a late stream, we just sit back and go through Game Pass and see what games have been added in the last few months that I'd be interested in, marking them for future play, and then putting them into the rotation for the night streams, okay? I think it could be great, okay? Now, the one thing that we haven't talked about yet today, when we talk about the schedule, is the future of DSP Reacts. because as of Monday, we hit the members goal. Thank you everyone so much who became a member and made that happen for the month of April. That means we have locked we have locked into the next DSP Reacts event. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It's DSP Reacts Dark Side Phil down the rabbit hole. Or down the rabbit hole Dark Side Phil. I said it backwards. I don't think it's going to be as epic as people are building it up to be. And I think there's 2 reasons why it's not going to be as epic as people are building it up to be. Alright? Number 1, it's about me. It's something that I already know. I lived all these moments that are in this video. Okay? Rather than being like the Wings of Redemption video, where it's 2 hours and I'm going through this video for the first time, learning about all this stuff. I'm attaching the meme to the moment, right? And I'm learning everything. I know about all this stuff because I lived it. This is not me reacting to anything for the very first time because I already know about everything that's in that video, okay? Now, yeah, I'll be talking about it and elaborating on it. I'll be saying, is this true? Is this not? To what extent is this true? I'll be admitting fault in a lot of cases because, yeah, I did a lot of dumb stuff back in the day that I regret today, and I know that it concretely hurt me. And I'm gonna fess up to that because, you know, it's in the past. I've learned from it. It's time to move on positively, right? So it's going to be interesting. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to be as interesting as me watching something genuinely new or that I don't understand and actually reacting to that, you see? I feel like future React projects where I will be sitting here and I will be watching something that I'm not familiar with and actually learning about it and reacting to it live. Oh, wow, that's interesting. Here's what I think on this. Here's my take on this, which is what I did for the Wings of Redemption video. That's going to be better content, in my opinion. You guys may disagree. I don't know. The thing was, if you remember, originally, I was going to do DSP Reacts to Down the Rabbit Hole Dark Side Phil, and you guys weren't interested. It wasn't until I did the video on Wings of Redemption that now all of a sudden everyone's interested. Weird. I don't know. But anyway. I am still excited to do it. When will I be doing it? Okay? Well, here's what I think we should do. Shall we? Let's schedule it, not for this weekend, because that's way too soon. I just did the last one last weekend. How about like 2 weeks? So how about not this weekend, but maybe the weekend after, on that Saturday? So I guess that would be, oh, excuse me. I guess that would be, let's see. This Saturday would have been the 30th, so maybe the 7th? Or we could even do it another week later. We could do it on the 14th. So how about this? We'll talk about it, all right, over the next week or so, but we'll decide, can it either be the 7th or the 14th? It has to be a Saturday. That worked so well when I did that for the Wings of Redemption video. So many people showed up because it was a Saturday. Everyone was like, oh, this is great. You know, a lot of people are off school or work. They were able to attend, and they really liked that I did the first stream. Here's the other thing. Here's the second half of why I think this video will not be as good as the Wings of Redemption one, okay? It's only 30 minutes long. It's very much an abridged history of me. It misses a lot of stuff that definitely, if they were more detail, if it was a more detail-oriented video, definitely there could have been a hell of a lot more discussed. That could have went into things like the Sons of Kojima and shit like that. That's just wildly ridiculous. People becoming so obsessed with me that they actually do crazy shit on the internet, okay? I think that would have been more interesting, but it doesn't go into that at all. It's a much shorter video, okay? And so, that being said, I'm going to do it as a mainstream, absolutely, because that's how it's going to get the most attention. But at the same time, it ain't going to last 3 hours. There's no way. It's a 30-minute video. At most, I would say an hour and a half to 2 hours, tops. We're going to have a lot of time to just, like, kill. And I don't know if we should just do, like, just a Q&A at the end of it, or whatever. I don't know. All right? But anyway, we'll talk about this over the next week or 2 weeks. I think it'll either be the 7th or the 14th. We'll figure it out together. When should it be? The 7th or the 14th? If it's the 14th, it's good. It's right in the middle of the month, right? It's a good time to do it, I think. But I think a lot of people might be upset if they have to wait, a few weeks for it to happen. But I don't want to do it right away. There's no way it's happening this week, okay? Okay. Jesse says, I don't want people to show up because it's about me. What the fuck? You know what? Why do I even read it? Why did I even read the dumb message? I should just do this. Goodbye. There you go. Why do I put up with nonsense? What the fuck is this idiot talking about? You're right. I don't want anyone to watch the video that I've been hyping for a month. Oh, yeah. Why? Please don't show up. Whatever you do, don't show up to Dark Side Phil reacts to Down the Rabbit Hole Dark Side Phil. Please, let it be my lowest viewed video and stream I've ever done. What a dunce. Yikes. Anyway. We're also approaching May. This weekend, May starts. And a new month means a new members goal, doesn't it? Ooh. So what should we do? Well, of course, there's all these ideas that pop into the head. Could we do a viewer's choice playthrough? Oops, I did that. We didn't hit the members goal. Could we do a retrospective? Oops, I had that and it didn't hit the members goal. Should we do this or that? I don't know. What I'm thinking is, and this is kind of an interesting concept, okay? Perhaps what we can do is have a members goal that's a pretty big stretch goal, all right? And if we hit said goal, we lock into the next DSP Reacts event. But the difference is you guys will get to vote on what you want to see me react to. And some of the candidates could be some interesting things. Like, for example, on that Down the Rabbit Hole series, there's a few ones on there you guys have already asked me to watch, like the one on Temple OS or the one on Spoonie. Those could be interesting ones, and you guys could vote on what one you want to see me do, okay? Or we could do other kinds of stuff, too. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do, okay? I want to think about it for a few days and talk with you guys. I definitely would like your feedback. Are we already so high with our heads up, you know, up the butt of the React content that we're tired of it and we want to do something different as the main hype members goal for May? Do we want to do something completely different? Or do we want to actually have it be the next React event? You know what I mean? I'm not sure what we want to do. Okay? I'm not sure. I'm waiting for you guys to suggest other things. Like, I guess some people have said, oh, there might be some documentaries about people who I've talked about in the past, like the AVGN or the Nostalgia Critic. But no one's actually sent one my way to say, hey, look, here's a documentary maybe you'd like to watch. No one's done that. So without having that, I can't reach out to the people who make videos and say, hey, can I watch your video as a react? I can't do that unless I have concrete suggestions. I haven't gotten any. I know that the videos are out there, but I have no idea what's drama or what's documentary, nor do I have hours on end to watch these. I've seen some of these are like 2-3 hours long. Like, dude, I don't have time for that. So, let me know. All right, let me know what you guys think. Okay, so my Ruin says Spoonie's the kind of guy to give permission and later copyright strike. He can't copyright strike me because it's someone else's documentary. It's impossible. He doesn't own the documentary. You know what I'm saying? I already have permission from Frederick Knudsen to do anything on his channel. Absolutely anything is fair game. Okay. Anyway, so give me your suggestions, and like I said, over the next few days, let's see what happens, and I really would like to get an idea of what you guys want for the members goal for May. It doesn't have to be React. It could be, like I said, it could be retrospective. It could be a members choice, a viewer's choice playthrough again, which we haven't done in a long time. Okay? Lies Versal, it doesn't matter. He says, the greatest or worst moments of DSP 2020 videos are all just defamatory. But they are defamatory. It's not, oh, well, they're not all defamatory. No, but they are. They all have defamation in them. Just because there's facts in there doesn't mean that there's not defamation mixed in. And what makes it even worse is that when you have facts mixed with defamation, and a newcomer would have no idea the difference between the two. So there's no fucking chance I'm covering garbage. That guy's a fucking idiot. He could have had a chance to actually do something meaningful, and instead, he's a moron. So fuck him and his content. He can go fuck himself. I'm not covering drama content. I already told you this. Okay. Okay, so, let's see what happens, all right? I'm excited for the future, and speaking of which, let's now talk about the other side of everything here, all right? Let's talk about the other really awesome new... Oh, wait a minute. Ali Courtney says, where can you nominate things for me to watch? There's a million places. You can suggest it in the stream chat. You can email me at darksidephil@hotmail.com. You can leave a comment on my videos where I'm talking about it because I read and approve all the comments. You could tweet me. You could send a smoke signal. You could buy a plane and have one of those banners attached to the butt of the plane and fly it over my house. Just tell me it's out there. You can do all these things. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Okay, so now let's talk about the other awesome thing that happened on Monday. Ladies and gentlemen, finally, after like a year of being interested in it, finding out about it, and hoping I would get it, DSPGaming now has Super Thanks. Yes. Yes. Yeah. What the hell is Super Thanks? Well, for those of you who are here on my live streams, all right, there's a way that you can support the channel. It's called Super Chats or Super Stickers. These are ways that you can actually contribute to any content creator on YouTube while they're live streaming. And when you do so, you get a highlighted message in the chat. If you do the Super Chat, your highlighted message shows up a special color and stands out prominently in the chat. If you do a Super Sticker, you actually have a dancing like animation that shows up or something like that. A lot of people have done silly ones with animals or anthropomorphic fruit. I know that sounds weird because it absolutely is. I don't know where they get the idea for the Super Stickers from because some of them are really weird. Okay? So, what exactly then is Super Thanks? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm well aware that I have a long-standing group of viewers who have been around for a long time, or in some cases, they just joined, okay? But they're not here for the live streams. I know that many of you watching this video right now on DSP Gaming can't be here live for the streams. I still appreciate you guys being here and supporting the content. And I had a big rallying, as you guys know, in 2022 so far, that when people watch the content, they support it by doing things such as if you're enjoying the video, clicking like. If you're enjoying the video, leave a comment, right? These are things that I've been trying to get for engagement purposes. I'm trying to get people to check out DSP Gaming again. I can tell you it's working. People are saying, wow, Phil's content is showing up in my feeds again. Yeah, because people are doing the engagement. That's why. The engagement on this channel was dead for 5 years, and now that people are doing it again, it's actually helping this channel to show up when people are looking for content, okay? So that being said, okay, Super Thanks is a new way for the on-demand video viewer, not those here live on stream, but those watching the content after the fact on demand, to support the channel, okay? Previously, there were ways that on-demand viewers could support the channel, but sadly they were really disconnected from the YouTube experience, and here's what I mean. Well, you could watch the video, and the video has advertisements on it, right? That if you watch a video without an ad blocker on, obviously that supports the content creator. Okay, that's one way you could have helped. Or if you became a member of the YouTube Premium program. YouTube Premium is a program where you pay a monthly sub to YouTube itself, and there's no advertisements whatsoever on YouTube. Okay, but if you watch a creator's content and you have YouTube Premium, they get credit as if you had watched their ad-enabled content, and it supports them. That's another way you could have supported someone by watching on-demand content. Or you could have become a channel member. Now, admittedly, becoming a channel member, if you just watch the on-demand content, you're missing out on a lot of the benefits. You're not going to get an on-screen pop-up to say, oh, thanks for being a member. You're not going to get advantage of, oh, no slow mode in the chat. No, because there is no slow mode in YouTube comments. You see? It's only in the chat comments of a live stream. And unless you're someone who frequently, excuse me, unless you're someone who frequently leaves comments on videos, do you really care about having a highlighted name? Do you care about the chat crown badge next to your name? Do you care about even having my emotes unlocked? Again, if you're not chatting or leaving comments constantly, this is probably nothing that concerns you. So even though you know becoming a member would support the channel, you're basically doing it just for the fact of supporting the channel. You're not getting much out of it, right? Exactly. Now, Super Thanks are different. Here's why. Super Thanks is a way that's built right into YouTube itself. It's not, oh, if you want to support Phil, go tip him by looking at the description of a video and going to a PayPal link, creating a PayPal account, logging into said, oh no, the landscapers, I forgot it's Wednesday. Logging into said account, doing this, doing that, all around, right? You don't have to go do all those workarounds. Super Thanks is literally right there on your page. Now, some people have already asked me, where is it? If you're watching this video on demand on YouTube right now, it should be thereabouts right about here. It should say thanks. Now, if you can't see it, I've heard that there's some situations if you're watching this on mobile or in a mobile version like an app, that I guess what you have to do if you go to the area where you can like and dislike a video, That's where it would be found. That's what someone told me in a comment, okay? So, you can leave a super thanks. What is a super thanks and how does it work? I didn't even have those answers on Monday. I have them now because people have used them overnight over the last day when I wasn't here. So, what it is you click on it and it says, would you like to purchase a super thanks to support this member or this creator? All right? And you can select your level. I think that there's 4 or 5 established levels. From what I'm to understand, they're all based on where you live. So depending on where you live shows you these different levels of support you can do with the super thanks, okay? When you do it, you get an option. Do you just want it to say a generic message that says thanks? Or do you want to have a customized message? Because apparently, no one's chatting in the stream chat right now. I don't know what's going on. Apparently, you can have a customized message that's based on... Oh, it just unfroze. It was frozen for me. There you go. Apparently, you can have a customized message that says whatever. So you can do a super thanks that says, hey, Phil, big ups. I like your content. Thanks for it. Here's a super thanks. Or you could just say, thanks. It depends on whatever you want. Now, some people have said that when you're on mobile, again, it seems like the mobile version of YouTube, what a big shocker, isn't fully featured and doesn't work properly compared to regular YouTube. This has been a running theme ever since YouTube launched the mobile apps and or the mobile versions of itself. Mobile YouTube never works right. And I know many of you use it. I apologize in advance. I know it doesn't work right. It never has. They changed this entire site about 10 years ago to cater to mobile users, yet the site has never worked right on mobile. Okay? So mobile users are saying, well, I see the super thanks, but I can't leave a custom message. It doesn't let me. I agree. I believe you. You're probably right. They probably fucked it up, and it doesn't work right on mobile. They probably think it does. I'm not kidding. YouTube, they launch these things, and oh, everything's great. Meanwhile, the whole site's burning. Nothing's working, but they don't know. They don't pay attention. This happens all the time when they launch something new. Okay? So that being said, thank you to anyone who's testing it, essentially. We're all kind of beta testers right now, quite frankly, because no one really knew how this thing was going to work, okay? So here's what I've seen, all right? Here's what I've actually seen. When you do a super thanks, okay, yes, you choose your message or you just say thanks. What happens is when that message posts to the video, I still have to approve it, all right? So for those who don't know how this works, I have it set on DSPGaming that comments are basically held in a queue, okay? I review said comments. In fact, what I can do, I'll show you an idea. I'm using the YouTube app right now on my phone here, and these comments, unapproved messages, sit in a queue. And what I need to do is go through these and read them and approve them, okay? I also have opportunity, once I've approved that message to show up on a channel, okay, I then can comment and respond to it directly right on in the app, okay? Now, why do I have that queue? I'll tell you why I have that queue, because years ago, and this was many years ago, there was so much toxicity against me on the internet that people would literally make my comment section on my videos a competition to say the worst possible thing and get away with it. And what I mean by that is people were saying things that were the most vile, disgusting, racist, sexist, bigoted, and in some cases very harmful comments. People posting up my address, people doing all kinds of shit in the YouTube channel comments. Now, obviously, I couldn't just sit there and moderate that shit all day. I'm a content creator. I have a life. I can't just sit here and look at your comments all day. And I'm not kidding, this wasn't like a few bad apples. This was like 90% of the comments on my channel were fucking nasty, disgusting shit, okay? So with this in effect, now what happens is I can go ahead and look at what's coming in. First of all, YouTube auto flags really nasty stuff. It has a listing of words and phrases it's looking for. And if it finds those particular phrases, it auto bans your ass. You're done, okay? But then I can go in there and look at the ones and approve them all and respond directly to them if I feel like I need to respond right away to something important, okay? So if you do a super thanks, just to warn you, yeah, you still go into that queue. That queue is still in effect. There's sadly no way for me to have super thanks auto approved. It doesn't exist on YouTube. Maybe one day they'll have that functionality. Right now it's just either you have to approve everything or everything gets posted. Obviously I can't let everything get posted, so this is how it has to be for now, okay? So, Here's how I'm approaching this. Since I have to manually approve every super thanks contribution that I get, I'm automatically thumbing up the comment and faving the comment. All right? What this does, this gives that comment priority when it comes to the comments that show up on a video. Like, you'll see it stand out because I've liked it and faved it. It has more priority on the video. So it's like, oh, look at those comments. Look at those first. You see? So to anyone who does a super thanks, that's what I'm going to do, just so you know. So thank you in advance to anyone who contributes in any way in that regard. I'm going to do my best to get your comment featured on that video, okay? Now, super thanks now work on any video. It's not just new content. If you're watching one of my retro playthroughs, and you're like, wow, I remember this moment. This is one of Phil's best moments ever. Let me put a super thanks on here to show him how much I like that moment. I'll tell him in the message that's what this is about. You could do that. And that helps the channel. Someone actually did that. I believe it was... I think it was Alan Wake. Actually, my original Alan Wake playthrough from over 10 years ago. Someone left a super thanks on one of the videos, which is awesome. Okay? So, that's really cool, right? It is. So, here's what I've also noticed about super thanks. Dependent on the level of super thanks that you contribute, it'll actually make your comment look different. If you leave the lowest level, a little blue blurb appears on the super thanks to show how big your super thanks is. It's like a little blue thing of your currency. So it stands out a little bit, but not a ton. If you do a level 2 super thanks, which I think is like, I think it's supposed to be like $5 or something like that, then it shows up as green. Okay? That's similar to how in the super chats that people leave, you have the blue level as the lowest level, you get a green as like kind of a mid-level. All right? Now, well, if you do a larger super thanks, which I believe is $10 or greater, now your entire message gets highlighted of the color coded to the level of your contribution. So if it's $10 or greater, I think it's gold, like a yellow or gold, and your whole message ginormously stands out on the page now because you did that. All right? The lower levels don't. $10 or greater do. Okay? If you do $50 or greater, your whole message is giant bright red and really stands out on the channel page, okay? So, similar to how if you do a super chat, your chats are all being colored or whatever, all right? Same thing with super thanks, but here's the real difference. Super thanks are there forever. If you're watching an on-demand video and you do a super thanks, it stays there forever. It's not like a live stream here where it scrolls off the screen, it's gone for good. It stays there permanently, okay? So that's kind of cool, right? And I like the fact that you will always have kind of, it's like a permanent shout out for your contribution. All right? Now, will things change or get better or worse in the future with these? Likely, yes. I would almost guarantee you that YouTube will refine these and do something different with them in the future. One thing I would like is, depending on the level you contribute, maybe you could actually play an animation. There's absolutely no reason why they can't have animations on YouTube comments. It's coded exactly the same as the chat you guys are looking at right now. So if people can do animated emotes, if people could do the super stickers in a stream chat, why can't you have that right now with a super thanks in the comments of a video? And the answer is there's no reason why not. They just didn't code it yet. You know, it's a simple enable it and it'll work, but they didn't do it. Okay? I would love that. Because right now, let's be honest, YouTube comment sections are kind of stagnant. It looks like you're staring at a textbook page, doesn't it? It looks boring. And that's stupid that here we are on a site, the biggest video sharing site on the internet, the dominant force in videos for over 15 years, and you stare at it, it looks like you're staring at a textbook page. It's boring as fuck. They made the site so boring and crappy because, again, they want it to load on mobile. Fuck mobile. Mobile doesn't even work. Okay? Enough of this bullshit. Just make it nice. Make it attractive. Make it fun. Give it some flair. Give it some originality. Give it some creativity. Try. Actually try. Anyway. There you go. So, if you're someone who watches my content on demand, and you've been wondering, how can I support Phil? Well, I don't want to be a member because the membership doesn't really, I don't get anything out of it. Yeah, I watch I leave the ads enabled when I watch Phil's videos. That's one way, but it's not a great way, especially in particular today. What game are we playing? Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. And guess what? I don't make anything on those videos. Those videos are 100% claimed by the music companies because they have the original soundtracks of the movies in it, in the game. And because of that, zoop, claim, content ID out the butt. I think in the entirety of the playthrough, there's like one video so far that didn't get claimed. And it's just a rarity that it didn't. I guess the algorithm missed it. But all the others have been claimed. So that means I get nothing. Okay? Literally nothing for the on-demand videos of Lego right now. If you are watching an on-demand video of Lego, or if you're watching an on-demand video of anything on DSPGaming, okay? Please consider leaving a super thanks. That is a direct way you can support this channel. And again, it could be new content, it could be legacy content, it could be all kinds of content. And I would really appreciate that because that will allow me to essentially monetize content that previously I haven't really been able to do much with, okay? I'll give you a good example of how this could directly help this channel and this business, all right? Previously, on a day when I can't stream for whatever reason, maybe it's my scheduled day off, maybe I'm sick, right? Which is a rarity these days, thank God. Really, I don't really get sick that often anymore. I used to get sick way more often, and since COVID, it's kind of gone away, which is a nice thing. But the point I'm making here is I can't always be here every single day. And every once in a while, there's an unscheduled absence from my streams. Okay. Well, what happens on a day when I don't stream? Today I make nothing because I don't get any tips. I don't get any super chats. I don't get any super stickers. No one's going to re-up their membership when I'm not here on a live stream. All that goes away. Okay? The only possible income that I could make on a day I don't stream is a very minimal amount of ad revenue for people who are watching my on-demand videos. That's it. And it's not a lot. Okay? So it's bad. Okay? It is. It's bad. Now, if I have a day that I can't be here for some reason, I can say, hey guys, I'm very sorry I cannot stream today. It sucks. I want to be there. I'm missing out, but what can you do? That's life. If you're watching stuff on demand today, please leave a super thanks. That will help the channel at a time when I can't be here live. Support the channel with super thanks, and thank you for that, okay? And there you go. Some people, I'm sure, will do it. They'll watch and say, I like Phil. I like his content. Sucks he can't be on stream today, but I love his on-demand stuff that I'm watching today when he's not here. So, you know, I'll drop a super thanks. And there you go. Okay? That's how it works. And that, you know, that's why I think this is going to be a really good addition to the channel. Is this something that's going to completely change the game? No. No. I have thousands upon thousands of people who on a daily basis watch my content here on DSP Gaming On Demand. And I tell you guys, I've been asking for you guys to like the videos that you watch and enjoy and to leave comments, okay? What percent of people who actually watch my content do that? Less than 10%. Yes. I have videos, okay, that have thousands of views and like 5 likes. And the video's fine. There's nothing wrong with the video. It's not like everyone hated it. It's just very hard to get that kind of engagement on YouTube. People have been kind of not programmed, but like when you come to YouTube, the last thing you think about is, oh, I'm on YouTube to watch a video. Let me like the video. Let me leave a comment. Oh, maybe I'll contribute with a super thing. No, it's like, I'm going to watch the video and get out of here. I'm going to watch the video, click on the next video. I'm going to watch it, let it autoplay in a playlist, and just let it go. You don't think about that level of engagement. Most people don't. It's a very small percentile of people who watch content on YouTube and engage with the content directly, okay? So, the thing is, that's what I'm saying, that with this kind of stuff going on, even having super thanks enabled, this is not going to be some ginormous game changer or anything. What it is, it's a way to get some supplemental support on a day when I can't be here, or, you know, behind the scenes, a little bit more support with that. And by the way, like I said, I'm doing my absolute best to try to make sure that those who do super thanks get some priority. Once you do a super thanks to any video, I will immediately, when I see it in my YouTube app for approval, I will like your comment and I will fave your comment so you get priority. It'll be highlighted to some extent in the comments of that channel, that video, okay? That's the most I can do right now. I wish that there was more that could be done, but that's how it works. Like I said, your message won't even be fully highlighted unless you do a $10 or greater super thanks. I don't know how or why that works, and I don't know. I would like every super thanks to stand out and have a full highlight, and there's nothing for that. There's not even, listen to this, there's not even a section on my YouTube channel to just see who did a super thanks in one glance. It doesn't exist. They didn't even program it. They do have that for super chats and super stickers. They don't have it for super thanks. They enabled super thanks and don't have any data on it at all. That's what I mean about this. I tell you guys about this all the time. I say YouTube does everything half-assed. They really do. They launch something new without testing it at all. They just launch it, and it's broken, and it has half functionality, and it doesn't really make sense in its launch form. But they don't care. They just throw it out there, and it's up to us to kind of be the beta testers for these kind of functions, to figure out how they work and all of that, and go from there. It really sucks. Right now, I have no idea at a glance how many people super chatted. Excuse me, how many people did a super thanks yesterday when I wasn't here? I have no idea. All I can do is manually in my third-party YouTube app. It's not YouTube itself. It's a YouTube Studio app that they've designed. I have to try to sort by posts with super thanks attached, and even in there, I can't even see what people attached to it. I can't even see the level of super thanks someone gave in this app. I have to go to YouTube directly. I have to find each individual video that a super thanks is against and search the comments manually to find the super thanks to see the level of how someone contributed. Think about how dumb this sounds, right? It sounds pretty dumb, doesn't it? Because it is. But this is YouTube in a nutshell. Have a good idea. Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Let's code it and launch it. But wait, did you test it? No. Did you have anyone give you feedback on, functionality purposes, what they would like, how it would be implemented? No. No. Just fucking toss it out, and half the time it doesn't work. This is why last year in the fall, okay, YouTube announced all these things coming. They said there will be super thanks for all. There will be gifted memberships for all. There will be better moderation tools on stream so that moderators can track users. There will be a way to permanently IP ban a user from your channel so they can't keep making clone accounts and continuously come back with new names. There's going to be other things to make the streaming experience much better. Okay, they promised that in the fall, and out of all of those, absolutely none of them were actually delivered on. Now, as of Monday, I have super thanks, but I don't think everyone does. I think they're still doing these waved rollouts, and I just happen to be in this next wave. But as we see, the super thanks aren't great. They're good. They help the channel. But I wish that there was much more I could do. I wish that every message would be a full highlight of a comment. I wish I had a queue that right now I could look at and I could say, ladies and gentlemen, what I'd like to do on today's stream as we start, I'd like to give a personal thank you to everyone who left the super thanks last night, and let's go through that list. Doesn't exist. Can't do it. Zen Shuriken says, it's a lot harder to improve the site to compete with Twitch than it is to just make some promises and pay top talents to move over. That's right. You're absolutely right. It's easier to make promises and then don't do them. You're right. I could do that too. I could sit here and make 27 promises and then never deliver on them. And most people will forget about said promises anyway, right? But you get that feel-good moment. You're like, oh, Phil's really doing something, right? Same thing with YouTube. I don't know. It does stink, but it is what it is. Thank you to those who did a super thanks yesterday. It really helps. It does. Every little bit helps. So anyone who contributed with super thanks, thank you. And I absolutely, every day, will be going through all my video comments, approving the comments, approving the super thanks, and I will like and fave any posting of a super thanks on a video to get it more prominence, okay? And I really appreciate that. And keep in mind, this is any video. From the beginning of the existence of DSPGaming, you could do this on any video. You're watching a classic playthrough that's one of your favorites, you can leave a super thanks, and it stays there forever, okay? Excuse me. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the deal with super thanks. I wish that I had more information and or better data. I don't. I'm just flying by the seat of my own pants with this. They just launched it for me. I'm learning just like you guys. If I have more information or anything else happens or changes, I'll let you know. I hope that there will be improvements to it, but this is what it is for now, okay? All right. I have one news story to cover today. It's hilarious, by the way. Are you ready for this one? The news story for today is as follows. As reported by Bloomberg, Twitch is considering changes to its current partner program. Currently discussed ideas but are not finalized but are being heavily considered. Incentives for more ads. So I guess if you're a partner, you'll have some way to qualify or have an opportunity to have more ads on your content. And you might say, now wait a minute, I wonder why they would want to offer more ads. Because here's the second thing that they're seriously considering. Across the board, lowering the revenue split from 70% to 50%. Wait, what? So currently, I'm on Twitch, I'm making a living, right? I'm having a good time, I make content for my viewers, and I have a set amount of income. Overnight, you've decided to reduce my income by 20% with zero justification or reason. You're just going to do that, huh? Oh, really? Now, you might say, excuse me. You might say, why is Twitch doing that? To make more money. It's that simple. They want to make more money, okay? And they can't really figure out ways to do it. They've added other ways to monetize. Apparently, no one's using them, right? So now, this is how they're going to make more money. Just take more money from each partner, okay? Now, you might say, well, how can they do that? They have existing contracts right now for the 70% revenue split. How could they just go to 50? They can't. But what they can do is terminate everyone's contracts and force them into a new one. Because the way that the contracts work on Twitch, they're open-ended, and Twitch has the right at any time to discontinue the program. It's right in the terms and service. They can discontinue the program whenever they feel like it. Now, everyone would say, well, why would they discontinue the program? It makes no sense. They're making money. Exactly. But if they want to change the terms, they can do it. It's like, I'm playing Lego Star Wars. It's like Darth Vader changing the terms of the deal with Lando Calrissian. Well, I signed for 70%. Well, now it's 50. But that's not our terms. That's not what I agreed to. Well, I'm altering the terms of the deal and pray I don't alter them further because you depend on me to make money on the site. So fuck off. Seriously. Twitch is Darth Vader at this fucking point. There's no justification for it besides they want more money. Okay? Keep in mind, this is not Twitch saying we're going to take more money and we're going to put that towards improving the site, higher bit rates of streaming, all these better things. It's just, we just want more money. That's all this is. Okay? Also, new tiers system. What does that mean? So they're going to create levels of tiered partners. Already they have affiliate and full partner status, but now they're talking about levels of partnership. So you'd have a base level, a mid level, a high level, and probably premier golden child level of content creator who they all get paid different or something. Doesn't really make sense, but it's right now it's like you're a partner or you're not. You could be an affiliate and you have half the features of the partner, and that's cool. But man, now it's going to become this fucking elitist society, right? Oh, the special people up here get all the features. You don't get those features. Like, what is this? Okay? No more exclusivity. I have no idea what that means. Unless they're saying you don't have to exclusively be a partner on Twitch anymore. Now, think about this for a second. One of the major problems with Twitch right now is that if you sign a partnership agreement with them, it's right there in the agreement. It says you cannot monetize said content that you're broadcasting on our site anywhere else while you're broadcasting it. Meaning you cannot do a simulcast on Twitch and YouTube and be in both partner programs and make money on both. You can only monetize Twitch and Twitch alone. If you do that and you do it somewhere else, you violated the terms of the agreement and you can get kicked off the site. Okay? So, I think what's happening here is Twitch, sadly, is getting bit in the butt because other sites don't do that. There's not a single other site that says if you monetize content on our site, you can't do it anywhere else. Okay? It's only Twitch. It's a ridiculously stupid requirement. It's restrictive as shit. And essentially you're saying either make all your living with us or none. Now, this does not affect people who do live streams there but then do on-demand videos elsewhere. You're allowed to live stream there and monetize your stream and then cut it up or do videos, archives, and put it on YouTube. And almost everyone does that because Twitch doesn't really have good on-demand video functionality as it is, so it's fine, okay, to do that. But you can't simulcast and double monetize or anything like that. I guess what they're saying here is you could do that now, but then isn't that kind of shooting yourself in the foot? You're basically saying, we're going to pay you less, but you can stream elsewhere. Well, why don't I just go fucking stream elsewhere then? Why do I need you? If you're going to pay me less, right? And already I can tell you, discoverability on Twitch in the last year to 2 years has become ass. At one point, yes, you could be found on Twitch streaming games and streaming things. Now it's like, forget it. The top streamers are always trash. It's always garbage over there. Some ridiculously stupid shit at the top of the search results, just like YouTube. So if you're telling me the discoverability shot and you're going to pay me less, why do I want to be on your site exactly, right? I think what it is at this point is a lot of people will be legacies and hold out because they just streamed on Twitch for so long, or people are so used to watching streams on Twitch that they have that mentality, right? That mindset. If this really happens, okay, this is ample opportunity for YouTube to step the fuck up and say, all right, now it's time. Let's seriously be competition to Twitch. We're launching all these new features for people who stream on YouTube, including gifted memberships, better moderation. Here's a few others we didn't even announce yet, and this is going to make streaming so much better for you on YouTube. And we're paying more than Twitch, so fuck them. Just come over here and do it. If that happened, and this is real, and these rumors become reality, you will see a migration of people leaving Twitch and coming to YouTube. But YouTube has to actually step it up and take advantage. And time after time, we've seen YouTube drop the fucking ball. I can't believe how often they've dropped the ball with these opportunities. Seriously. Anyway. So, the rumor is the changes could be implemented as early as the summer. Summer's only in a couple of months. So, if this happens, expect a lot of people to be upset. Already there's people struggling to make a living, or even just to make a few extra bucks streaming on Twitch, and now they want to take more money. Then they want to tier it differently, so you probably make less money anyway, because what's going to happen is, oh, I'm a partner. Oh, wait, now I'm a partner on the lower rung of partnerships, so I get less features, I get less monetization options, I get paid less for ads. That's bullshit. Just because they changed their program, now you get fucked. And like I said, you might say, well, how can they force you to do it? They can't. What they can do is cancel the original program. Just cancel everyone's contracts and say, here's your new contract, sign it or don't. But if you don't sign it, you can't be here as a partner anymore. You're forced into a new program. It's fucked up. Okay. I'm going to blow my nose, and then we're going to do some shout-outs for contributions, and then we're going to see if there's time for Q&A, but at this rate, I don't think there's going to be. But I got to blow my nose. It's bothering me. Stupid allergies. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'll grab my controller too. I'm already over here. I'm already over there. Why not grab the controller when I'm there, right? Why not? Okay. Shoutouts time. We start over here with YouTube side contributions. So let's do this. We start off with Franklin from the Hood, who did a super chat and says, serious question, what do super thanks do for us? We literally just did a giant segment on it, so I'm not going to go into it again. This was an hour ago before we had done the giant segment, so I understand why there might have been some questions, but I'm pretty sure we just outlined everything about super thanks that's known, so there you go. Franklin from the Hood did another super chat and says, why don't you tan? You're paler than the PS5 box. I don't tan because, number one, it's the stupidest thing you could do. You could create skin cancer on your body. Number two, because I'm not looking to be some beach bum fucking guy. I live in Washington State. I don't live on Venice Beach. Okay? I'm a streamer. I don't need to have a tan on my body. Okay. Vac29 did a super chat and says, have you announced the Down the Rabbit Hole yet? For May reaction yet or no approved? No, it's a lock. It's happening, Vac. It's 100% happening. The question is when. The dates we're discussing are May 7th or 14th. They're both Saturdays. I just don't know which one would be better. We're going to talk about this over the next couple of weeks to figure out what's the best date and start hyping it up and get it locked in so people know to show up and go from there. Okay? Then Vac did a super chat and said, fuck Twitch. And then he re-upped his membership for 8 months and said, fuck Twitch. Wow. Thank you, Vac, for the support, man. Let's get Vac up on the leaderboard as the latest super chatter. Appreciate that. Okay. Let's swap over to tips, and let's see how that's going. Our first tip of the day is from Mr. Minecraftish, who tipped $4.20 and says, would you think you will go play the Clone War Lego game? And your playthrough of this Star Wars Lego makes me want to play with Lego kit sets like the ones that I had when I was a kid. So if you guys don't know what Mr. Minecraftish is talking about, about a decade ago, I want to say it was, maybe even a little longer than that. This company, what is it, Traveler's Tales, made a bunch of Lego games based on Star Wars, and they had three different Star Wars ones? I believe they had one that was called just Lego Star Wars, but that was actually the prequel trilogy. Then they had one that was called Lego Star Wars The Original Movies, and that was the original trilogy. And then they had a third one called Lego Star Wars The Clone Wars, right? The Clone Wars is based off of, interestingly enough, a whole spin-off series from the movie Attack of the Clones. Kind of weird, because it's just one of the random movies, and all of a sudden they decided to do a whole animated series based off of the side events of said series. The funny part is, people who watch the series kind of agree, they have this consensus, the Clone Wars series is better than the movies. The actual Clone Wars series is much better writing and plot and anything way more interesting than happened in the trilogy movies, the prequel trilogy, that is. And it blew up into its own thing. Tons of series and spin-offs and all kinds of stuff. Merchandise, everything. Personally, I've never seen the Clone Wars show, but I've heard many, many good things about it. I remember they used to advertise it heavily on Cartoon Network when it was going to be on and stuff, but I never watched it. And the question Mr. Minecraft is just asking is, would I ever play that game? I mean, I'm not going to say no, but there really hasn't been any demand on my content to play retro-style Lego games, meaning Lego games from like 10 years ago or more. Usually if there's a new one, there's some demand. You know, a decade ago, it was like Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, and Lego Harry Potter. Those were the three big franchises for Lego. And then, if you remember, they started to expanding into Lego Lord of the Rings. I did a full playthrough of that one. And then they did some Lego Marvel and DC games. And I did some of those. I didn't do all of them. I only did a few of them, maybe 2 of them, okay? Then they started expanding into even more original content, like Lego City Undercover, an original game that's not based on any other existing IP. And honestly, I really feel that's where the game started to flounder. Lego City Undercover sucked. It was really boring because even though it had a lot of clever Lego puzzles and decent graphics at the time for the Wii U, because it didn't have an IP, it didn't have any kind of like nostalgia factor going for it, and it kind of got really boring. I remember playing it for a few sessions, just getting super bored, and I just dropped the game entirely. And then what happened is they went back to the drawing board and kind of started relicensing again, so they made like Lego Jurassic World and Lego, I think it was The Force Awakens, just the movie The Force Awakens, okay? And that's when I just basically stopped caring about Lego. Because I actually started playing them and they were either buggy or boring. And I was like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I just dropped them completely. Okay? It wasn't until Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, when it was announced that this is kind of a reboot of Lego games per se, where they were going to do something different. They changed up the gameplay to add more ambitious things, like the space shooter scenes and things like that hadn't been in the previous games. Personally, I love this game. I think this is really well done. Not only are you getting the story, not necessarily the full story, but you're getting the story of the movies in general. You're getting some laughs, some comedy aspect to it. You get the cool collection quest style gameplay of Lego. You're solving puzzles. You're unlocking a whole bunch of characters. It's pretty darn neat the way that they've pulled this off. Okay? So, yeah, Would I go back and play one of the classic Lego games? If people thought that it would be something cool for like chill streaming content, I don't think anyone's going to want to see that as a mainstream. Even Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga is a tough sell. As you're going to see, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to finish the pre-stream podcast. I'm going to say, okay, we're going to start gameplay. We're going to lose 100 viewers. It happens every time I play this game. It's chill fun, but it's not something that's riveting for a mainstream audience. So no, I don't think that I would do Lego as a major thing moving forward like that, but maybe as a night stream or something. But there has to be demand for it. Nico has Timmy $1.50 says, I like your retrospective idea, but I doubt many people will be interested. I know, and you know, I've done the retrospectives over the years. It wouldn't be the first one I've done. It would be like number 3 or 4. And when I first announced that idea years ago, people loved it. We did it. It was great. And then what happened? Well, I did it. People saw the moments they wanted to see, you know, me react to, like watching all of Project 7 and stuff like that. And once we kind of did the big ones, then people kind of fell out of love with the idea, even though there's literally 14 years of content of mine on the internet to react to. And I've probably reacted to 0.0000001% of my content. I will definitely agree that it kind of fell out of favor. Okay? I will agree that. Okay? So, I would love to do another one. I love the retrospectives, but they really haven't been that popular. I think doing the react stuff has kind of opened people's eyes to, oh, here's something new Phil hasn't done before. And that's way more attractive. Okay? Plum Girl says, I love Lego Harry Potter, but if you're not a Harry Potter fan or knowledgeable about the world, I don't think it would be worth playing. I've seen all the movies. Earlier movies I've seen multiple times. Like I saw Chamber of Secrets, I've probably seen more than all of them. I don't know why. I think it just played a lot on television and I saw it a lot. But I've seen all the movies, at least once, some twice. And I would understand a lot of the stuff in the games, I'm sure, but I'm not a ginormous Potter fan either. So. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. We're right on time for starting with gameplay today. So I think we will. What I will do, give me 1 second here. Is it cloudy outside or not? I'd like to open my blinds, but nah, there's gonna be sun. It sucks. I really wanted some natural light today, but I can't always do it because if the sun's out, it blinds me. It actually bounces off my white rug and I can't see anything. So sadly, I gotta leave the blinds down today, which disappoints me. I was hoping to have some sun. I'm probably gonna have to close the window at some point during today because the landscapers are out there right now. Okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen. Great pre-stream. Thank you for a nice, hearty, and positive welcome back. I hope that this sounds good. The schedule, right? The plans for the future of DSP Reacts. Let's talk about that. Let's try to plan it out when you would like to see DSP Reacts to Down the Rabbit Hole Dark Side Phil, but also the possibility of having the monthly goal of members for May be the next event, and maybe you guys could vote on which project you want to see me work on out of a bunch of options. Okay? But also, super thanks. Again, if you're watching this video on demand, this is a great opportunity to support the channel in a way that you've never been able to do before by leaving a super thanks on the video. I absolutely will give you some prominent feature on the channel if you do that, okay? I will. I'll make sure that you get a like, you get a fave on the comment, so that kind of highlights that comment. And thank you to anyone, again, in the last 24 hours, a bit of people did do super thanks, and that helps, and I really appreciate that, so thank you guys, okay? All right, let's do it. Let's end the pre-stream. Thanks, great pre-stream, guys. Let's get to Star Wars.